Hello, Daniel here. In today's video, I want to share with you an unboxing and dive into a review with you of the Grote LPS 023 electric guitar. If you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring that bell for me, as I'm going to be bringing more videos like this for you all. With that being said, let's get right on into this. This is the Grote LPS 023 electric guitar. This is the box that it comes in right here. Let's go ahead and get the box open and see what comes inside. So removing the top of the box, we are greeted with the guitar. You can see it comes in some sort of like foam wrapping to protect it while it's being shipped to you, which is a good thing. It also appears to have some sort of like cable there. That's going to be a 1/4-inch cable that goes from our guitar into our amps. And this is the guitar close up. Now the packaging doesn't really scream protection or anything like that, but it doesn't really say that it's not protected. So for me, it has like a medium package to it. I'm going to go ahead and show you the neck up here close up. This is what the Grote neck looks like. I'm going to show you the entire guitar close up so that way you can know what to expect on your end if you're deciding to purchase this guitar right here. It's important to remember that this is a budget-friendly guitar. This is not by any means a super high-end guitar. This is just a budget-friendly, affordable guitar. So we have to have realistic expectations as to what we expect from this guitar. You can see that it does have P90 pickups and they look fantastic. I do love the cream color on the sort of like teal turquoise color. I feel like it complements well. Here are the knobs right here. Here's a little switch. Everything close up. Feel free to pause so that way you can kind of take a look at everything close up should you choose to do so on your end. But again, back to that important point, this isn't by any means a super high-end guitar, so we have to have those realistic expectations. You're going to notice right here there's going to be a bunch of blemishes on the wood, and you can see it right there on the neck of the wood. They do have some nice inlays though, so these inlays are really nice for this price point. The fretboard itself looks to be a little dry on my end, but we can kind of fix that with some either steel wool or some oil to kind of lubricate that neck there. The frets there, you can see the wires, they're nice and rounded off. They are nice and shiny as well. All of this can be modded and updated as well. So that's kind of why I chose to get a budget-friendly guitar versus a super expensive guitar, simply because I can customize it to my liking. I can make a cheap guitar sound like a really expensive guitar. I really do feel like that's possible if we know what we're doing. But if you take a close look all around the guitar, you're going to notice that these blemishes do exist pretty much almost on every point of this guitar. Now the paint does cover it up, and at a distance you can't really see those little blemishes as you see right here, but they are there. Here's a close-up look at the accessories that came with the Grote LPS 023 for those who are interested. I want to touch base back on these blemishes here. So you're going to see here is the side of the neck, and you can see that these blemishes really do stand out. Now I'm not sure if that's the proper name for what this is, but I'm going to go ahead and call them that for the sake of this video, just to get my points across. Now, when I first saw these, it wasn't make or break. It wasn't something that was like, I want to send this guitar back. It wasn't even something that discouraged me from playing this guitar. It really didn't mean much to me. Me personally, I like to sand down my guitars and wood burn them anyway. So, or kind of, mod them to my liking. So therefore, that really wasn't neither here or there. However, if you're super picky and you're looking for a next to perfect budget friendly guitar, this one may not be it for you if you don't like these sort of blemishes. And you're going to see that it exists throughout the entire guitar here. It's going to be on the front, the back, next to the pickups, pretty much everywhere where there's paint we're going to see these little sort of blemishes existing. I felt like it was super important to point this out and kind of really let you all see this, so for those who may be interested in picking up this guitar, you can know exactly what to expect. For me personally, definitely wasn't make or break. It's neither here or there. I really don't care. I still like the way that the guitar looks. Here is the back of the neck. Let me show you all the way down. I'm going to do my best to give you a full 360 view of the guitar before we get into like testing and sounds and all of that. So again, that way you can know what to expect. I know I've said that several times, but that's the goal of this video. I'm trying to relay as much information as I can to you. You can see the action is pretty spot on. This appears to be pretty playable to me. I want to switch on over to a different angle and test out some sounds. So here I am with the Grote LPS 023 matte finish. This is going to be the green version. According to the Amazon page, this is a mahogany solid body as well as with P90 pickups. I will go ahead and leave my Amazon affiliate link for you in the description below so you can check out the link where I picked up this guitar. This is the back end. It does have the electric control panel right here that we can kind of take off and access all of the electrical components. But just to confirm, this is the Grote LPS 023 matte finish electric guitar with P90 pickups. It is, according to the Amazon page, LP style mahogany solid body. This is the green version. Although to me, it kind of appears to be more of a mint to kind of like maybe even a teal color, to each their own. Some, I guess, cosmetic issues that I am noticing off the top are from the kind of like fretboard right here versus the neck of the body. I could feel the difference between the two woods there, so that's something that I kind of don't feel in every guitar, but it is in this one. Is it a make or break depending on what you're going for? If you're going for a budget-friendly guitar or kind of something just to add to the collection, I feel like this is actually still a good one just because of these pickups. I feel like these pickups sound really great. I'm gonna get into some demonstrations here. I want to test like some basic clean tones. I want to test some basic dirty tones, and then from there I kind of want to do some other effects and kind of just see what it sounds like with a variation of different tones here. All that I've done right now is I've tuned up the guitar. It should still be in tune here, kind of, sort of, and I'll let you know by the end of this video if it's holding a tune or not. But all that I've done is I've simply tuned up the guitar, and all I've done was simply raise this a little bit, this area right here, so that way it sits a little bit higher, so that way I can kind of get away from some buzzing. I didn't set up the guitar to my liking in any fashion or at all. I just simply raised this just a little bit to make it a little bit more playable for this demonstration. I will make another video showing you all how I'm going to go about setting up this guitar and what I'm going to do to get this guitar in optimal playing. But for now, I'm going to kind of just demonstrate it right out the box. All I've done is tune it, higher up that just a little bit. So here we are with just some basic clean tones. So this sound is going to be from the bridge pickup area. I don't know why I'm holding it like that. So one knob is all the way up at 10. So not bad. So with the bridge pickup, it actually sounds pretty clean. If I want, I can kind of higher it up on my pedal. If I want to make it a little bit louder, I can do so. That's more of what I'm looking for. So that's not bad in terms of clean. Let's go ahead and switch the pickup here to both maybe. Let's see, I think it's gonna be both. So I think the middle one is gonna be for both pickups. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. Both knobs at 10. So even just with mild setting up, I feel like I'm getting some pretty good tones. I think that we're gonna get as good at tones as we can play, if that makes sense. So I'm still on the clean here. I'm gonna take out a little bit of clarity there, so to speak. It's actually playing really nice here. Let's go to the last one. And this is pickup right here if I'm correct. I'll probably use that setting for like maybe leads or guitars that I really want to kind of cut and stand out. Sounds great as well. So those are a few of the settings that the guitar offers, and keep in mind we can get real dynamic and more versatile with it. That is only the clean so far. I want to switch on over to some dirty settings and let's see what kind of tones we can get using some dirty tones. So like right now I'm using the Orange Crush 12 amp, and I'm using a Boss ME80 multi-effects pedal. Okay, so I have some distortion here from the Boss ME80. I believe it's like metal distortion if I'm correct. Some buzzing right here, I think. It's actually how good I press the frets though. So not bad, much like the clean, it doesn't really sound too bad or too good. It's sounding great now that I'm kind of focused more dialing in on a tone that I like. So I feel that this is completely playable. The pickups are nice, the look is nice. It is a very cheap guitar, budget friendly. So if you're a beginner, you're a professional, you're just kind of trying to build a collection, I would recommend looking into this one. It kind of seems like this one's also moddable, which means we can upgrade everything to higher end spec, so to speak. So that is also a plus with this guitar right here. But at first impressions out the box, all I've done, keep in mind, was do a little bit of setting up. All I've done was just, as I showed you earlier, kind of just pick this up just a tad bit, tuned it up, and here we are right now. I do think that if I sit with it, dial in, and really mess with different components, maybe different plugins, as well as different tones from my gear here, I could definitely get some great tones from this, whether I'm looking for clean or dirty. It really doesn't matter. I feel like this is going to be a good guitar to add to my collection. But as of now, I'm really liking this guitar. It's not bad for the price point. It sounds great. I do feel like this one would be kind of easy to kind of customize as well and put better pickups if we want. But although I feel like these sound great, we could definitely update this guitar. We can kind of sand it down if we want, polish it, put a shine finish if we want. If we're willing to go ahead and do that, put some locking tuners on here to really get the most out of this guitar, which I may do. I'll do that in another video. What I want to do is I want to use some like crazy effects, and I want to see what other crazy tones that we can get with this guitar out the box. I do also feel that it looks really nice too. I like that sort of green mint color with the cream pickups. So let's go ahead and let's see if it's actually held a tune this far. Kinda. So a couple of strings came out. There we go. So just a couple of strings came out of tune, not too many. I actually expected a lot more to come out of tune. So that's actually pretty good with the stock tuners here. So let's go ahead and add some crazy sounds here. I'm not sure if you hear that, but it's actually a pretty trippy sound there. It's a really crazy sound, so it's nice. Let's go ahead and see what else we can do here. Let's do a maybe this one here. Let's put it on C. I want to try it with some finger picking here. And this actually may not be like the best effect to kind of demonstrate some finger picking. Let's put like a chorus or something on there. Not bad at all. So I'm having a lot of fun. Not bad, not bad. Kind of just going through an array of different effects as any kind of guitar user would mess with different effects. I'm at the last setting right here, and I have been with the clock around 8 right here on the second knob. And that's with finger picking. Let me do a little bit more here. Sounds great. So far, I'm really liking everything about this. This sounds fantastic. Let's do some delays here. Let's see what kind of delays we can get. Let's see. That sounds fantastic in my opinion here. Let's add a little bit of reverb here. conclude this video here, I want to relay some of my final opinions, and I want to kind of let you know what I like about this Grote guitar right here and what I don't. Now, first and foremost, this is a budget guitar. This isn't by any means a high-end expensive guitar. So that has to be considered when kind of, I guess, either getting this guitar, considering a passing opinion, something to this extent. It is a budget-friendly guitar. It is what it is. However, for it being a budget-friendly guitar, there are many things to, I guess, like about it. In my opinion, I do like the colorway. I like the color mint green to the cream pickups. Not only that, I do like the pickup sound, surprisingly. Overall, these pickups do sound nice. Typically, when I get a budget-friendly guitar, I'm really never in favor of the pickups. They do have a sort of like tinny, weak sound to me, but these aren't really there. I do feel like once I really sit down and dial in some tones with this specific guitar, I'm going to be able to produce some good results. I am going to be bringing videos on me making music with this guitar, so be sure to stick around and subscribe. So on top of the color scheme and the pickups, I do like that all I had to do was just set it up mildly, as you saw earlier in the video, tune it up, and I was ready to show you all what this guitar got. I do also like that I'm able to use a cable with this guitar without it getting weird out on me, or, you know, untuned dramatically. I have used guitars where I put a cable on and it just comes untuned and I can't really play it. This guitar wasn't like that, so it has a lot of things going for it. Even that chord right there sounds solid. Typically, when I play it, again, with the cable, by now, out the box, I would have experienced some sort of detune and I would have heard that, but this one's still sounding fantastic. I'm also in favor of the hardware. I like the way that this looks here as well. And not to mention, I do feel like for the price point, it is a budget-friendly guitar. I do feel like the little wires, the fret separators right there, I'm not sure the proper term there, but the frets right here, the wiring is nice and polished and rounded off. There's no sharp, harsh points or anything like that. So in terms of a, I guess, star ranking system 1 through 5, I'm going to give this guitar a 4 easily. Now, those are a few things that I do like about this guitar. You can take a capo. I do like the pickups, the color scheme, the hardware. I do like the little details like the polished frets and the inlays as well, and the fretboard here. Other than that, the don'ts that I don't like, as I showed you earlier, it has like a sort of like porous surface. You can see that there are a little bit more holes in other places. That had to have done something with maybe the manufacturing process. Somewhere along the line, I do think that some maybe corners were cut, so to speak. So therefore, we see it right here in these little blemishes. Is it a make or break for me? Definitely not. Me, I like to kind of modify and customize my guitars anyway, so I can always kind of sand it down as needed and put some new paint on it if I wanted to. I can go ahead and wood burn it if I wanted to, so there are a lot of possibilities for me. However, if you're someone who doesn't have those sort of possibilities, then I can kind of see why that would be an issue. The paint job isn't by any means a 5-star paint job. If anything, I'd probably give the paint job about 2 stars. It is a matte finish, which I'm not against. I love matte finishes, but it's just those little porous surfaces that really take away from me. So because of that, I won't be able to give the guitar a full 5 stars, not because of the sound, but because of that paint job. Other than that, out the box, this is a fantastic budget-friendly beginner guitar. Even if you're a professional, this is one that you may want to check out. Simply add to the collection for a fair price. There is a lot that we can do with it. One of my favorite things about it is that it is moddable, which means we can change out the pickups, we can change the body, you know, upgrade it, make it glossy if we want. You get the idea. So that is why I'm going to give this Grote right here, LPS 023 guitar, a 4 out of 5. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this guitar. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know how you thought it sounded. If you want me to make more videos on this guitar right here and kind of like hear how it sounds, let me know. I'll go ahead and render out some audio files after I record them into the DAW, so that way you can hear them thoroughly on your end. All I did for this video was mic it up with a DJ mic right here to the orange 12 Crush amp using the Boss ME80 pedal. So hopefully that was kind of thorough for this demonstration here. Yet again, that'll be it for this video. That is my thoughts and opinions. I appreciate your time and I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this. Thank you yet again. You have a great day.